It's an early dismissal. They dismissed at 11:45. Is there a full moon? Is there snow coming? I don't think there is. So this morning I put up the rest of the ceiling tiles. We're making a difference in these kids' lives, and they don't always show it. You don't know what a big impact a little thing that you do might have on a student. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, and believe it or not, it is already dismissal. I know. It's an early dismissal. They dismissed at 11:45. We found out as early, I think it was at like 9 o'clock, that we were dismissing early. So there's supposed to be some freezing rain and stuff like that. And this is probably the earliest that I've ever been dismissed for an early dismissal.
Please report the parent pickup.
I feel like you usually get dismissed around like 12:30 or something like that. Like 11:45 is pretty early. I'm thankful though because I think the roads are supposed to get pretty bad, and I have a 30-minute drive on the highway. So I was tempted to stay and work on some things, but you know what? I should probably just get home, beat the bad weather, and be safe. So I might take some things with me, maybe some artwork that I can label and put together to hang in the hallway. We'll see. I definitely though need to plan for the week. I was going to be doing more of that on my planning period today, and since now I'm heading home, I really need to be doing that. So I'm just gonna get comfy on the couch, plan for the week, and have a relaxing rest of the day. The kids are of course going to be even extra crazy. Just, you know, can't get them back on routine, but you know, it is what it is. It's winter, and I kind of think I just probably need to embrace the crazy because I don't think it's gonna let up anytime soon. So because in the hallways my school does not have like a cinder block wall, what I do is I take butcher paper and I roll out 8 feet of butcher paper because it is 8 feet from the ceiling to the floor. These are going to be hanging along the walls instead of being stuck to the walls. I take that, I fold it in half, I then crease it so I know exactly where the half mark is, and then I cut it along. And this is the width of one tile, one ceiling tile. So I'm able to take the top of this and simply just like tuck it into the ceiling tile, and it stays there and it hangs. Now for heavier artwork though, I do need to binder clip it on. Just take 2 binder clips and attach the binder clip from the paper to the little strip of ceiling where the tile rests, and it stays on there and it hangs. It works really, really well. Our hallway walls, they can't even have on it like the corkboard strips or anything like that. So this is a big problem solver. And so then what I do with the strip is I hot glue the artwork to the strip. So it's 12 o'clock now. I'm going to be heading out of here so that I can beat the weather. I didn't even eat my lunch yet. I'm just going to eat at home. I'm going to get some work done at home that I was planning to do today on my planning period, like planning for the rest of the cycle, the rest of the week, and also planning some new projects that I have coming up for my kiddos for the cycle after this, because a lot of projects are being wrapped up this cycle, so I want to be ready and prepared for what's to come next. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm finally checking in now after my first class because this morning we had a 2-hour delay, and I came in here and just was starting to prep and plan for the shortened classes that I have today. 2-hour delay days are always a little crazy, so I had to kind of find a lesson that would work in the shortened 30-minute time. So what I decided to do was for 5th and 6th grade, I have been meaning to paint the ceiling tiles in my classroom. So I got 3 of those ceiling tiles down, and I sketched out like a Zentangle pattern design on all of them with black paint. I also kind of like primed them with a white acrylic paint as well. And then I had the class split up into 2 groups. The one group was painting and filling in each section of the designs that I sketched out with fluorescent tempera paint, and then the other group was working on something independently, whether they were free drawing with their dry erase boards, or I printed out a Zentangle coloring page. They could also partner up and play a Pictionary game with the dry erase board. So something for a 10-minute period that they could work on independently while the other group was working on the painting. And then we flip-flopped because that took up about 20 minutes, and then you figure 5 minutes of explaining, 5 minutes of cleanup, and that was our class. It actually went really well. I was so happy. I think that the kids were just so engaged with being able to paint something like a ceiling tile that they worked really well, they worked neatly, they were engaged, and I couldn't be happier. Right now I have a little half-hour break because I don't have a 4th grade this cycle day. So after that, I'm going to see 6th grade. They're doing the same exact thing as 5th grade did this morning, and I'm sure they'll probably do great at it as well. And then I have a quick lunch, and I'm back at it for a full afternoon. One class's progress on the ceiling tiles. They're looking pretty good, pretty bright and pretty neon. I kind of love it. So we'll see what 6th grade does to them next, see how far they get. If you are a fan of Happy Planner, I highly suggest that you keep these the sheets that are like in front of the month. They always have really cool graphics and really cool quotes. I always keep them. I put them around my room or just keep them and pull them out whenever I think I need to, because they are usually very motivational. I have some around my desk as well. So this is in my classroom up by the board. This is another great one. Don't let yesterday take up too much of it today. That is so true. It's so easy to let a bad day or even just one bad class kind of affect the rest of the day or the next day, and you really just kind of like have to shake it off. Oh, you guys, grades are due so soon, and we have a new system this year, and I just got on to kind of work it out and figure out how to do it. I am so lost. So I'm still getting some Christmas gifts, which is kind of confusing. I don't know if the kids just like left them in their backpack, or maybe because I was out sick. I don't know. But yeah, these are still kind of trickling in, which is surprising. My final check-in for today, I made it through the afternoon of a 2-hour delay. Hallelujah. It was crazy. 4 30-minute classes back to back. I do have a funny story. There was this kindergartner he's really quiet. I never hear from him. He said to my volunteer as he was leaving, he said, you know, art isn't really my favorite. I'm not a very good artist, but today was just a really good day. I loved art class today. And she told him to tell me, and as he was walking out the door, I was outside greeting my next class, and he pulled me aside and he told me that, and it made me so happy. One, I never realized he didn't like art. I knew that he kind of struggled and he would get upset if things weren't perfect, but he was so quiet, so I didn't necessarily know he was having not such a good time in here. But to hear that, you know, today was just a really good day, and to think about that and what he said, and how, you know, sometimes I'm in the chaos of this job and I'm not really thinking like, how much of an impact am I making on these kids? We're making a difference in these kids' lives, and they don't always show it. They don't always tell you. You don't know what a big impact a little thing that you do might have on a student. So I think just by sitting back and reflecting on that and just what that boy said, I mean, it made me realize that, yeah, there's some hard stuff And yeah, sometimes things don't always go as planned. Things don't always go smoothly. Sometimes I'm really stressed. Sometimes kids misbehave. I'm still making a difference, big or small, in these kids' lives, and I need to keep that in the back of my head and keep those little moments written down or like this, like vlogged, because that's the stuff that kind of gets you through the harder times. And that just really made my afternoon, and it made me in such a good mood. So I'm so glad that he shared that with me today. Guys, it's a late one. I think I'm gonna end up hitting the road here. The sun is setting. It is time to go home. Good morning, happy Wednesday. It's officially halfway through the week, and it is our first full day of the week because we had that 2-hour delay and the early dismissal. So for it being the first day back, the kids this morning were really well behaved. They did everything I asked. They were on their game with cleanup, and I couldn't be happier. I have nothing to complain about. We were wrapping up our projects. I had some early finisher activities planned out for them to do, and they tackled them really well as well. So yeah, it was a smooth morning. So hopefully the afternoon goes just as smooth. We'll see. Today is Walking Wednesday, so that means that we can wear jeans, athletic attire to kind of promote fitness. So today I have on a shirt that I actually got from Amazon, and it says, some people only dream of meeting their favorite artist, but I teach mine, and then it has a little paintbrush. So I thought that was just so cute. Amazon has the craziest shirts, and they're so specific, so you can find anything on there. I bought one that says Chaos Coordinator because sometimes that's how it feels in the art room, that is just I'm kind of coordinating all of the chaos and organizing it and making it go smoothly. And then I got another one that just says Teach, and it has a heart on it. So definitely check out Amazon if you're looking for more like graphic shirts that are teacher related. Also, of course, Etsy has a ton, a lot of amazing people making shirts for teachers on Etsy. So check those out also. It is now my planning period, and I have been filling out my planner. I've been filling out my online plan book for lessons and just kind of looking ahead at the rest of this cycle, the rest of this week, and then the following cycle, because a lot of my kiddos are wrapping up their projects this cycle. So I need to just be looking ahead at what I want to do. So the overall theme of this year is around the world, and every grade travels to a different country. Well, the whole school travels to a different country or region together, but they all have different lessons and different projects. So right now, kindergarten is leaving the African safari, and I'm going to see where they go next and what that project is going to look like. I still have not entered my grades. We're having a meeting on Thursday to figure out this new system and how to do it, but I hate procrastinating. And I mean, I'm not even trying to procrastinate because I want to get them done, but I can't because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's driving me crazy. It's giving me anxiety. So I hope on Thursday, tomorrow, I feel better about it and I can start putting those grades in ASAP to get them done in time. So this morning I put up the rest of the ceiling tiles. They're like right above my desk. My plan is to do that one there and then the one above me, so it's just a line of the same design. I think they're really bright and fun though. I can't wait till the other two are done. I actually did it as a finished early activity today. So over on the counter, I had it set up, and I have all the paints, and I allowed 3 people per tile. The kids loved it. They were so excited. It was the perfect thing to do when they finished early. Alright guys, so it's the end of the day. It was a pretty good day. The kids were chatty, but behavior-wise, I didn't have any big problems. So I think it went pretty smoothly. I'm going to head out of here because I want to be able to walk my dog Dixie before it gets super dark. She's been really crazy and hyper lately because of the cold, and we just got her spayed, so she wasn't getting exercise. So I need to get out of here so that I can walk her and not be totally in the dark during the entire walk. So I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hey everybody, happy Thursday. I am finally getting to come on here and talk to you guys. It is already 2 o'clock. I didn't even get to pull out my camera this morning because I had a meeting in the morning. I had a meeting right before lunch, and then I had to cover a 5th grade science class this morning because the teacher who I covered was in a meeting as well. So it has just been a whirlwind of a day. Right now I am cleaning up from first in kindergarten because it looks like a tornado went through my room. Kindergarten was really rough today. Like, is there a full moon? Is there snow coming? I don't think there is. I don't think there is for either, but they were crazy. So they just were very needy and they weren't following directions and they were losing their artwork. Like, I had 3 kids almost in tears because they couldn't find their work. I asked if their name was on it. They swore they put their name on it. So I was working up at the front table with some students, so I got up and I went back to the tables to check it out. It was sitting right there next to them. Did they look? I don't even know. But first grade was wonderful. They came in and they helped me clean up the room. That was the first job I gave them when they walked in the room. I said, if you show me you're ready, when you walk in the room, you'll show me you're ready by cleaning up the room and then having your eyes forward. And I said that, you know, kindergarten was very messy and I needed them to be my helpers today. And they did a wonderful job with tidying it up. It's still pretty bad, but they helped a lot. So I was grateful to have them after that kind of crazy class because, whew, it looked bad in here. It really did. We got these first grade and kindergarten projects done today. I'm going to show you first grades. Like I said, kindergarten was pretty crazy today, so I just feel like it didn't turn out as great as it could. That's the really hard thing, I feel like, with behavior and the final product is sometimes these kids come in and they are so engaged and they are so concentrating on what they're doing and their artwork is phenomenal, and then I see them 6 days later or 3 days later and maybe there's something going on that day, exciting or whatever the case, they're a little nuts, and then it's like they rush or they don't try as hard or they're just distracted, and then their artwork kind of turns out not so great, or not as great as it at least started. But I mean, I guess it's all part of the process, so I'm just, you know, it is what it is, just gonna go with it. But first grade, of course, did great. That class is wonderful. Here's one, we added some of that grass. Look at these little zebras, the pattern around the frame, and the zebra in the center. Here's another zebra, a little bit of a abstract frame, we'll call it. I don't know, I did say do a pattern, but and I showed patterns on the board. But see, this is what I mean. Concentration, calm day, crazy. What's going on in his brain here? Reverse here. I don't know. Still looks nice though. This girl wanted the grass on there, so it's just like a craft grass that we glued on. And she even did zebra for her frame. Look at that. So these projects are done. They are going in the done to be graded pile, which is scary big right now. I need to grade them. I need to hang them in the hallway. The pile's huge. It's huge. I could use like a full day just to hang everything that I have backed up. With everything going on, like the 2-hour delays and just the crazy, you know, I have a lot of meetings right now where I'm covering and helping out if someone's out sick or someone has a meeting, and I just feel like I'm getting really behind on hanging artwork, and it's kind of stressing me out a little bit. It's kind of stressed me out a lot bit. That I have so much stuff to hang in the hallway. It's like one of my favorite things to do though as an art teacher is to make the displays and hang them in the hallway, and especially to have the kids get so excited when they see their stuff in the hallway. But when I get behind, it's tough to catch up. It's kind of like when you get behind in laundry and you see the pile and the hamper get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gets so big, and then you're like, oh no, it's gonna take me like forever to wash all those clothes and fold them and put them away. That's how I feel right now with all that artwork that I have to put up. It's just overwhelming. I mean, I just need to take one stack at a time and put it up, but it's behind me, just like staring at me right over there. See, right? Yep, all that mess. Oh, why? See, another problem with the artwork is last year I had 6th grade helpers, and they had helped me. That was their 2nd year helping me. So I had kind of like trained them, and they knew how I liked artwork hung up and how I liked it glued and centered, and they knew I was particular about it. Obviously, because, you know, who wouldn't be? It's going in the hallway. So I had my helpers do a lot of the artwork, hanging it up, but putting it on the paper and mounting it and everything, and name tagging it. So I just feel like now, I don't know, I have 5th grade helpers and I have 3rd grade helpers, and I'm not even going to try that with the 3rd grade helpers. The 5th grade helpers, I should probably start training how to do that, because lordy, I need help. I need help. Speaking of helpers, on Wednesdays and Thursdays I have 3rd grade come help me, and they do way better if they have a checklist on the board. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna make a little checklist of just everything I need them to do. Alright, so story time. I was in my room, it was a few minutes before my last class was starting, and I hear this pounding on my door. So I thought something was wrong in the hallway, so I quick ran over. It's my last class. They are like in this huge unorganized group. They're not in a line. They're not quiet. They're acting like monkeys. I mean, I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then I see that they have a substitute, and that substitute is standing a little bit behind them across the hall laughing. And I was like, what are you guys doing here? You're early, one, and you know how to get in a line. I was so mad. I got them in a line outside my room, and then I took them over to the computer lab, and I had the biggest heart-to-heart with them about how you can't act like that just because there's a substitute. You know, the expectations are still the same, and your teacher would be very disappointed if she got a report that you were misbehaving and you were taking advantage of the fact that you had a substitute. Like, what on earth was going in their heads? I have no idea. They were insane, and they were so insane and so riled up from, I'm assuming, a day of craziness, that I just feel like my lesson was completely tanked. And I tried to calm them down. We turned the lights off in the lab. We put on super like meditating quiet music to the Northern Lights that was playing on the video that had like the music, and that still didn't work for some of the kids. So the last 5 minutes I said, that's it, we're done, you're logging off, we're putting our heads down, we're doing deep breathing, and we are relaxing because you are so wound up. I mean, I'm hoping that they listen to what I had to say and they take it to heart. We'll see. I don't know, but the end of my day was exhausting. I was supposed to leave like a half hour ago, but I wound up walking down to the music room because I forgot my drink there, and I ended up talking to one of my teen teachers about her afternoon, and it was probably even more crazy than mine. She had a kid throw up, and then she had this and she had that, and it was just like a ton of stuff. So hey, maybe it's just the feeling of today. Maybe these kids, for whatever reason, are just wound up this afternoon. I don't know, but it is now way past when I wanted to leave. So I need to get going because I need to run errands, and I have a lot to do at home tonight too. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna hit the road, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow for Friday. Bye. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm so excited that it's Friday. Today I won't be vlogging much because I left my memory card in my computer. Oh, that's the worst. So right now I'm on my phone, and it's just not as convenient and it's not as good quality, so I don't think I'm really going to do much today, but I will tell you my goal for today. My goal is to get my supply order done. It's due today, so it's not just a goal, I have to do it. It's a deadline. I need to order all my supplies for next year, which it's really hard to be thinking that far ahead of what I'm going to need, and I mean, I still have half the year to use up some stuff, so I just kind of have to do the best I can and plan ahead. So it's a huge order, and it's going to take a lot of time, but I need to get it done, so hopefully that goes well today. I'm just going to try to crank that out on my planning period. The rest of the day I'm hoping goes smoothly. It's a little rainy today. It's a bit dreary, so the kids will probably be inside for recess, so I don't know how the afternoon will look, but you know, it's Friday and I can't complain. It'll be a good day. I have high hopes. So I will catch up with you guys later, and I might vlog a little more later, or I just might not do that today since I forgot my memory card. We'll see. Don't mind me, just drowning in supply orders. This is front to back. It is like 100-some page document. It's so much to go through. I mean, it's exciting too because I get to order all this fun stuff, but still, it's just a lot to plan out for the following year, seeing as it's only January. So this is what I do to try to keep track of all of my supplies. I put it in a Google Excel like spreadsheet, and I just put, you know, what it is, the item number, the list number, the amount, and the price, and then I'll total it up. That way I know how much I have spent from my supply money, and also at the end, or not at the end, but at the beginning of next year when I am unpacking all this stuff, I do not remember what I ordered, and I would never know if I'm missing something or if I got something that I shouldn't have, whatever the case. So this kind of keeps me on track. I'm about halfway done, I'd say. Oh. And then I have a running list up here, kind of just stuff on my mind. I didn't keep up with this as much as I would have liked to throughout the year, which is why I'm kind of struggling now to figure out like what I need. But yeah, this is what I have so far. So I did get my supply list done though. My entire order is complete. I'm so happy that's done and off of my to-do list. Other than doing some planning, I feel like I just need to organize the room a little bit and get it ready for when we come back on Tuesday, because Monday is Martin Luther King Day, which if you are a teacher, I know you are just as excited as I am that it is a 3-day week. Alright guys, so I have my class soon, and then I'm probably going to try to get out of here, might run to Target, but then I'm going to go home and enjoy the rest of my night. So this is the end of the weekly vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch up with you guys in another one. Bye!